go over there to that side over there. Click the go live. Okay, let's do. They are live. And there. Hello.
This wasn't a great start. And I'm using a paid version.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. Well, okay, so tonight was very interesting. In starting, we had a whole lot of technical issues. I'm going to apologize for 2 weeks ago when YouTube just decided to bomb out on us.
Yeah.
Okay. Then last week, where we had all the load shedding. And then tonight, our main microphone has died.
It's not though. Like the microphone is actually working and it's picking up the noise, but the laptop doesn't like it for some reason.
Exactly. So basically we think it's because the laptop also for the last hour and a half, 2 hours, decided it was doing the latest Windows update. So we're currently using kind of sound. So if there are a few sound issues, really sorry. But, you know, we're doing what we can. And, I mean, we're doing this for you. It's not because we enjoy it. We're not getting paid for this. We should.
I know what it is.
Should get paid.
I know what it is.
What is it?
The B is missing. So the microphone is
That's the
working.
problem, guys. That's the reason why everything is falling apart is because we are the Ad Warhammer podcast this evening. And because our big brother Brad is not here. He is busy with some work stuff. It's currently the Gamma convention, and it's quite hectic. So yeah, they're busy with stuff with that. So fun and games, everything and everyone.
Literally
fun and games. But otherwise, thanks very much for joining us this evening. I see everyone's already been having having a good conversation over there. We've got. Let's check. We've got
Ciao.
Travis. How you doing, Cornpatch? Good to see you again. Gavin. Andrew, first time we've seen you on the stream. Good times. Yes, and I agree. It's you're keeping to your South African heritage there. I like that. Yes. And Keeney's there. Hey, it's your mom, Dad.
Yep,
Mom.
that's my
Good
parents.
times. There we go. They're there. And so this is us for the evening. So we're revisiting the Shadow Realms. And that is really us. We are revisiting the Shadow Realms. Let us start from what we will be doing this evening. Okay, so it's back there. It's doing some form of thing. We're just seeing if it's actually connecting now.
Yay!
Let's go back to the cam one. Okay. So, yeah. We see. This is us. Okay,
this episode must not happen.
It's cursed. It's flipping cursed.
We are about to unveil the secrets of the Realm of Shadows, and both Malarian and Belacor are going, no, you're not allowed.
So basically, what we're talking about this evening, Realm of Shadows, there's stuff. There's the Realm of Shadows, okay? We were talking about Daughters of Cain because we were doing it last time, and then we got cut, okay? We're also going to be talking about some Sanesh stuff. A bit of that. We want to go more, however, into this badass who has been cursing our show. It's him.
And this person. Why? I've devoted my
and this person.
chest, literally.
Yeah, he basically done that. Because this man here wants to be Belacor when he's big. Yes.
So, Jones, if you are listening, just say.
Yeah. So, if you look in the little screen up there, or we can just switch to the big one, you can see there is Belacor.
He's old Belacor now. Yeah. Now we can say old Belacor.
Old Belacor.
In fact, that model, my dad is watching. So that was a birthday present for my dad many, many moons ago.
That's cool.
Yeah, I asked him to buy that model for me because it's my favorite model, my favorite character. And he said yes, so there it is.
Yeah.
Been standing on that base. It actually is from Super Miniatures.
Oh, really? Where's that?
The original is a Chaos Dwarf third part miniature with like a flying bull.
Oh, that crazy base there. Yeah.
And yeah, I made a bit. My friend bought the model and was like, I don't like the base, so you can have it. Like, oh, wow. Yeah, thanks. I'll put Belaker on it. Yeah, so that model is really old, but he's going to be retired very soon because the glory.
But you see, I remember when he first came out because he came up with Storm of Chaos.
Yes.
That was also when you had Crom the Conqueror who arrived then as well. And that was when Archeon did his first attempt. It
was retcon. Storm of Chaos never happened.
Because what's his name still headbutted him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grimgor.
Gets a good old smack in the head there. Yeah, that was fun. Those are good times. So I don't know if everything's working, but I'm trying.
Seems
I
like
really am.
I don't know.
I don't know anymore.
Can you guys hear us? Let us know. We're lagging. This is just great.
Is it just our internet connection?
That should be okay
though. Anyways, so on to other things. We also have no connection whatsoever. Maybe it's that again. The most cursed episode ever.
I don't understand.
Me neither. I don't. And it's this whole laptop that's now just freezing. Okay, but we seem to be there, and it's just running. It is. So I'll clear this off in the next week. I don't know why this happened or how, but that's just things. Yeah. And there we go. We still have people. Anyway, so it's working now. It does do some funny things, but it is functioning.
On our side, things stop working. We don't see. We freeze. We lag.
Yeah, we're just assuming you're there, and the more you chat, the more happy we know that you're actually there and that things are not breaking. So yeah. Right. What were we doing? We were talking about that.
So when the stream last time stopped, we were actually discussing what Ulgu is.
Yeah, we were talking about the Realm of Shadows and the crazy levels and all those things. But before we do that, we'd like to actually do some news.
Oh, yes. That is.
Hey, good stuff. More people are going. Jinx has joined us. Cornpat, thank you very much.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, so we're alive. We're doing our things. Okay, so what we were saying, I just want to go into some new news because since then we had some news last time, and now more stuff has happened. Like, for example, the Durham War Games Club's got multiple events that are going on.
Yep.
This weekend, we've got Warcry and Blood Bowl at Kapow Comics in Durban North there. This Sunday, there is Age of Sigmar Games at the Unseen Shop. 1,250 points. It's going to be a fun games day thing. So it's more for the fun of it, but still also crazy.
To get back into the game rather than just push competitive. Just bring something that you think is cool, that you enjoy playing, that is fun to play with and against. We want to avoid something that we call negative player experience, in which you just sit, watch your models get butchered, and then just leave. No,
which is 80% of the time when you're playing against me.
I mean, you pack away your models. That's what you mean.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's it. Last week for the painting challenge. Look, the ticker says that, okay? Just because I haven't been able to actually change the ticker. But it was the last week. This is pretty much telling you guys that, things happened. And if you missed it, then it's done. I can't really remove the ticker right now because stuff's gone wrong. Okay. Yep. But then other news it was, what were we talking about then?
Then we're going to remind you next week, but in 2 weeks' time, there's 40k at the back.
Oh, yes. Then, not this weekend, the weekend afterwards, we've got 1,250 points of Warhammer 40k at the Batcave. And that
Same concept as Age of Sigmar. Bring what you want, have fun.
Yeah.
Nothing too pushed. So there's not going to be any more tired. Maybe there's going to be more tired Magnus. Who knows?
Mortarian Madness. Multiple Mortarians all over the place.
At 1250. It can be done. It's not a great idea.
It's not going to hurt. It'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. Then what else is there? We have this weekend as well in Cape Town. Battle Bunker's got a tournament that they're hosting this weekend. So that's going to be quite fun. And then on Saturday, while everyone's having their fun at Kapow and everything, we have a new preview. Have you seen some of the things on the preview?
Plenty. And they're all very juicy.
What?
The preview things.
Yeah, well, the new AdMech's going to be fun. Exactly. Yay. And the new Sisters of Battle tank.
They're getting a tank.
What tank is that?
It looks like a really good looking one.
It's going to be the Repressor.
What do they need?
The Repressor.
What is the Repressor?
It's a Forge World tank.
I don't think that Warhammer community would advertise Forge World tanks.
No, it's not a Forge World thing. It's where they've updated a Forge World tank and made a plastic version. They did it before with the Baneblade.
Fair enough. Okay.
So I think that's what it is. Or it's just some new version thereof.
I think a new version of something.
I think it would be nice if we get something.
Aren't they getting a new codex soonish anyway?
New codex, they should be. I mean, I think it goes up for pre-order this weekend.
That's the Drukhari one.
The Drukhari, no, the Drukhari and Sisters box.
That's the box, yes.
Yes, so that should be up this weekend. Yeah.
Oh well.
I'm trying to get pictures of Be'lakor. They're not working. Sorry.
Our internet connection is absolutely
disgusting. Just terrible. But the connection to YouTube's great. Well, anyway. Okay, so we'll get some Be'lakor stuff going for you.
At some point.
Anyway.
This evening episode is corrupted and it's cursed, and just the fact that we cannot get Be'lakor to be seen is another proof that
that he just doesn't want us to see it. Yeah,
that's true. How it is.
Basically. So with that, we're going to go and press this button and go on to our next section.
Yeah.
Which will be stuff. We've been talking about the community painting challenge that we had not too long ago. It was a few weeks ago. We wanted to go and show the results of it. A few people were not able to finish, however, and that was a little sad. But those people. Yes, I was one of them. I couldn't finish mine. But yeah. We definitely had some good results in that, a good turnout. Lots of people participated. And hell, if you didn't finish, you know what? You still actually took part and you actually went and did some painting. And that's the big point, is just to get some painting on the board. Hey, Sven. Good to see you, bud.
Hello.
So let's see if we can get that painting challenge stuff up and running here.
I think the laptop is fucked. Sorry. Beep!
Oh, no, it's cool. We're not marked for kids, so we're fine.
Fantastic.
We can swear.
I think it's literally the laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, look. It went white. Oh, look. It's getting a little bit better.
Sorry, guys. This is so bad.
We're normally a little bit more professional than that.
Look at this. Oh, my God.
Okay. It's about to go. Okay, right. You ready? And here we go. First picture we have is painted by this guy.
Yay.
What is that?
That is an art regent. From
Borant Art Regent.
Borant Art Regent, indeed.
Yes.
From Flesh Eater Court. It was released in the box with Flesh Eater Court and Skaven. Right? And I don't know if it's already available on its own.
No, that is. It's from a box by itself. That one.
Oh, nice.
Because you stole that one from
me. Yeah, right. Yeah, true. And I decided to paint him as exposed muscles, flayed flesh kind of vibe. Yeah, it was fun. It's a lot of lines and freehand that I had to do.
You've got to go and accentuate the muscle. Yeah. Remember Jason, he asked us about how to do that. And there we go. Jason, take a look at that. That's a good way of showing flayed skin.
Yeah, you do. I use some contrast for the red, just very thin down, just to give the right tinge of, because it's not bloody. It doesn't need to be bloody.
No.
It's exposed muscles. It's not like drenched.
Yeah. And then just these guys have probably lost all the blood that was running on the outside anyway, so it doesn't matter.
The blood is actually, what's the name? It's called pale flesh from Vallejo Game Air. Just used to draw multiple lines and layer it up.
Oh, it works. And then also using those lovely dreadhole doors over there as terrain pieces. It's basic.
It's interesting because I actually went on Google and pulled up a picture of an exposed muscle human body.
Yeah.
And you see the joints, like how they connect with the tissue. It's really interesting to try and replicate the paint. Now I'm going to stop being creepy. Anyway, this is my painting challenge submission.
Here we have Gavin's. Yes. Look at that. Look at that. Classic model.
Comrade.
Classic. Absolute classic model. That thing is so cool. Look at that old Power Fist.
Yeah.
It's got the perfect Power Fist thing. That's how I knew it was the real Power Fist, because it had that little knob, that round piece on the bottom with a pipe that came out of it. Look at that. That thing is heavier than most people's children.
You can throw it at your opponent.
Basically. And I love the little S.
Yep.
It's so cool.
Comrade.
Oh man, I think I remember having one of those. Yes, sleep paralysis demon, that is.
Yes.
Where am I? I'm losing my buttons.
Maybe Bellacore would be more that, because he fucks with like fear and stuff.
What is it? I don't know.
Yes.
Look at what he's done. Another model that is heavier than just everything. Still perfect square base. Look at that terrain. Look at the basing there. Looking so good.
Do you remember when like we had massive monsters on those teeny tiny bases?
Yeah, like that.
Exactly.
But that's one of the perfect old Carnosaurs, and I still prefer this Carnosaur. The new one looks very dinosaur-like. But this one, the first time I saw this Carnosaur with that old blood there, with his creepy claw, that like looks like his hand's been removed and replaced with something. Yeah. Exactly that. I love that one. That was such a cool model and such a nice job there done by Neil as well. Here, we have some very interesting demonettes because those demonettes have been mounted on the human bodies.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's human bodies with demon parts. Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely nice conversions down here. Look at the basing as well. I love how he's made the weird kind of red broken ground there.
Nice.
Looks very cool. Dylan, nice job on that, man.
We're looking forward to killing all of those.
Soon. And
yes.
Look at his Grotsnik. So cool. Also, a very classic model. When that thing came out, it was just so good. Didn't this model come out with the first Armageddon book, the second War for Armageddon? The third War for Armageddon, I don't remember. Because they actually made the Armageddon book, and inside there was rules for, I think the first time Black Templars actually got rules was in that book. I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, Grotsnik was in there. Oh man, just really good stuff.
Guys, just spend a moment to look at that lens on the eye.
It's
absolutely fantastic. He did such a nice job on that. Like that.
So good.
Well done.
But even the metal, I mean, the edging there, you can see it's not clean. It's not a clean piece of metal, but it still looks sharp. Very nice. Also, very nice job, guys.
There is a style that is going around that is called grimdark style, in which models are a bit less shiny and happy and like ponies, and a bit more like, okay, this is realistic, 40k, scary, fucked up grimdark.
Yeah.
Actually, grimdark. I think this model fits in because, like, it's clean paint job, but that doesn't mean happy. You can see that there's some messed up shit in that model. So, well done. Very nice.
Definitely, very good job there. Thanks to everyone who participated in it. And thank you for just taking part. We will be doing another challenge soon. I think, Andrew, you asked as well about this, if we are going to have another challenge. We definitely will.
Yeah.
We'll make it more interesting, though. We'll do some things. Also, for all the people who did take part in it, we will be getting hold of you. I've got some stuff I want to throw at you. Which brings me to the next thing. Would you like to open this?
I'd like to open this.
Yes.
I have a plate. Look at
We got sent some stuff from the Batcave.
They're really good looking stuff.
Yeah, they've been spoiling us. I mean, Greg at the Batcave. I don't know if you guys have ever received the other stuff.
This is going to be very noisy. Sorry.
Yeah, we're doing it. Ooh, this is a dice tray. That is so
cool. My God. That is fantastic.
That is so cool. And there's two of them. One of them we're going to be using. 3.
Damn.
3 dice trays. They're so cool. Look at those things. That's going to be 3 dice trays.
I'm not winning.
Well, a whole bunch of dice trays that we've got here.
My face is on a piece of wood.
Okay. Think of it this way. Every time we roll dice, you'll be happy that they're bouncing off and hitting his face.
Oh my God.
Yes. And we've got a whole bunch of coasters.
Awesome. Yes.
Hey.
Please do.
So, this is the coasters. So we will no longer have water everywhere.
We're going to have
Very
bad
cool.
water. Yes.
All right, now add water.
Well, yes.
Add water.
Bradley, please come back.
Yes, we're filled with ads. Anyways, these are so cool. Thanks very much to Greg and Vicky and everyone from the Batcave for constantly supporting us and giving us cool stuff to do what we just random shit that we can do.
I think I need to paint one of these with our colors.
Yes! Yes! That's your painting challenge.
Done.
Yes. So, let's check. What is everyone saying there? No, I did. The problem is my Terminators hate me, and I just couldn't. And things just, I've got no excuse. I didn't do it properly. Brad was the judge, and he judged them all, and he judged all of yours as worthy, but not mine. Yes. Don't worry, everyone can join in next time. Next time, you'll find the time, we can all join in, and basically, it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
I see we've got a bit of a thing saying that we're not receiving enough videos. If there is any issues, just scream at us, guys. We will
indiscriminately, just like
definitely be part of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so last time, before we carry on to the next thing, we just want to go through. We spoke about the realm last time. We spoke about the relics and the realm traits and all that stuff.
Yes.
And we want to talk about Daughters of Cain.
Yes.
Right. So while we do that, let's go on to where we're looking at. Is that going to be Cam 1? No, we're going to go for 2 Cam 1 and we'll do that. Right. So Daughters of Cain. Daughters of Cain. Who are they? What are they? They are scary, wonderful, and great. Basically,
not biased at all.
No, they're just great. They're amazing. Last time when we spoke, we wanted to speak about them and how powerful they are. Look, I don't know. From you, what would you say from what you've heard and what you've seen of how they play?
They are a really all-round good army, which is balanced. It's great. And as I told you, remember, the problem, because it's not a problem, but if anything, the scary part is that because they're good at doing everything, when you focus on one aspect, they just become better than everyone else at doing it. And it's very good. I mean, it is what a good army is supposed to be. They are not OP. I don't think they are OP. Yes, Morathi is scary as fuck. She's something that you have to dedicate units to speed bump her, deal with her, screen her. Absolutely. There is no arguing that. But it's not OP or like it doesn't have the negative player experience, which is what I actually consider the wrong things in armies. Makes sense? So they can do pretty much anything. They can be fast. They can be weirdly tanky as fuck. Just like consider the shrug, the ignore wound, the -1 damage prayer. That you cannot interact with this. It's a prayer. Now we get -1 damage to a minimum of 1. So if you have 1 damage weapons.
Yeah, we don't care. We don't care.
But because it's an Horde, usually you would use multiple damage. Example, Bone Reapers. If I hit you after you have summoned your prayer, all of a sudden my catapult is only 4 damage and not 5.
Exactly.
It makes a huge difference.
It does.
So, tanky, fast, they hit hard. They are glass cannon, because they're not glass, as we said, they're even tanky. So, ouch, they're good. They're really, really good. I'm looking forward actually to our game because I want to see what they do. I do believe that they are not going to be at the very top, as in like number 1 constantly army of the meta, simply because they do have some counters that can happen. The first that comes to mind to me is Siege, Disciple of Siege. If I fling a unit of 20 pink orders into your daughters, you are never going to move.
No, definitely not. I agree entirely with that. I think they are very much in the sense of, like you're saying, they are glass cannon. They are difficult to run, but at the same time, they're not a simple army. You come across a strong army, they're going to be strong, and that's it. You know, they're tough. They're tough as nails, but they're not top of the lot of it. They will struggle against some things.
I don't think they're going to be in the fat middle. Remember, we said
they're a little bit more out of it.
They are not in the fat middle. If anything, they are in the top tier, but mid top tier, not top. Like, not going to be Seraphon level of I don't care, you're dead.
Yeah.
A good player that knows and has played a lot of games is going to be super scary, but I don't think it's one of those things that just autopilot and you can make a mistake and nothing else.
No, definitely not.
It's rewarding, it's a good thing. You want armies that reward you when you make a good play, and you want armies that make you go like, oh shit, I fucked up.
Exactly.
So
that's what's nice about them, is they're not an easy point-and-click army.
Yeah.
They're definitely not. You have to think about it. Like, for example, if I go and look at the this list I'm showing you guys now, on this list here, this is a basic kind of Hagnar list. It's probably a more higher, stronger list. I mean, you're looking at the Shadow Queen there, Marathi Kane. I'll put in the Bloodrack Medusa, but from what I've played in a few games, I'd rather not have her. I'd rather use her, if I was going to use her as an extra spellcaster, use her on a Cauldron. Because she...
Oh yeah, not on her own. Yes, absolutely.
Because paying an extra 60 points to get almost 7 more wounds with extra abilities.
Small moment of salt, and he agrees that it's kind of not okay. Cauldrons are not monsters. You can hide cauldrons behind fucking units and get a -1 to hit. They're this tall. They're this fucking tall, and look, now you can't see me properly. So, GW, please do something about this. Would be nice. Thank you.
It's perfect. Leave it. I've added in a Slaughter Queen there, because Slaughter Queens, really, the reason why you want to add a Slaughter Queen is because you don't want your commander, this. This here, the commander you want your Hag Queen or whoever's sitting on a Cauldron of Blood to be your commander, because you want to give them the Cataclysm of Murder, you want to give Devoted Disciple, so you've got to focus on it. You want to throw the artifact, however, at something else. And because you want to minimize your drops, you want to put in 2 Sisters of Slaughter and a Slaughter Queen, giving you the Slaughter Troop. Slaughter Troop is brilliant. Yeah. And it's awesome. That allows the Sisters of Slaughter and the Slaughter Queen to fall back and charge. Such a powerful ability. Such a powerful ability. So basically looking at this here, this is your basic, what you would see most Daughters of Cain running on a Hagnar list. You would see
that's the core.
They might even run 2 Cauldrons and just an entire army of hard, really difficult to kill witches and that, which will hurt you when they do hit you. Probably one of the most interesting I find is these 2 units here under other. The Heart Renders and the Shadow Stalkers. Now, Heart Renders are still as fun as they used to be. They've been toned down a little. But
140 more tools? What?
No, that's the Life Takers.
Oh, sorry.
Now, the Life Takers have become much better. The other ones who carry sickles and that. Heart Renders are still good as harassment units, dropping in the back and causing some pain and shooting, and then still moving and then shooting. Very nice. But these guys, these Canine Shadow Stalkers, someone the other day said something very interesting, which was our friend B. Mr. Brad himself said, if you're playing Daughters of Cain, or if you're playing any Order armies, the question is not if you take a Shadow Stalker unit. The question is how many.
Yeah.
Because those guys, for 100 points, having an 11 wound unit that is -1 to hit them, that teleports all over the board as a movement, is insane. Those guys are absolutely amazing. They truly are amazing. And so far, what I found is the army's not... What's nice about the new book is that it's enabled them to be played different ways. So you don't have one hard and fast way. There's one way that's slightly easier. There's another way that's slightly more fun. And there's another way which is more thematic. But there's no hard and fast, I will only play one version of this army. And I think that's how every single battle tome should be played. Yeah. Every one of them. They took the powerful things and toned them down. What was causing them to be powerful, they just made it more difficult to do. They, like, what's it, the Witch's Brew? Mind Razor became more expensive. And because it's a spell, easier to dispel against. It also became a better, effective, and more sensible unit. So basically what I'm saying on that is that Games Workshop did a damn good job with this battle tome. A very good job with it. To such an extent that it should be what they always base every other battle tomes on.
Not gonna happen.
However,
and we can just say that
However, we're moving on to the next section here, which I'm going to hand over to my dear friend to the side of me here, where we're talking about the other denizens of the Shadow Realms. Oops, I almost did this. No, I'm not willing to exit. I want to stay alive.
Who's the other denizens of the Realm of Shadows?
Yeah, the other denizens of the Realm of Shadows. The book came out same weekend as these guys. And yeah.
I think the best description of this, I heard it from Bradley and he heard it from someone on the internet. I'm sorry for not remembering who. It's like they took two authors, sent them in a forest to two opposite ends of the forest, and one wrote the Daughters of Cain, the other one wrote Slanesh, and then they met back and were like, oops, we messed up.
Yeah.
So, Daughters of Cain, balanced all round, great, fantastic. They can do pretty much anything. They can just blah 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 blah. Slanesh.
This is where we enter the Slanesh version of our portion of our show.
So I put together a list, which is probably a one-trick pony list that does one thing and one thing only. And I couldn't come up with anything better because what the fuck? The army has a really interesting... So, okay, let's give a little bit of background on this. Slanesh, when the first iteration of Slanesh came out, everyone was, whoa, okay, that's a little bit strong. Keeper of Secret coming at you. Poof, you fight last, I'm gonna hit you twice, you're dead before you get to hit.
Yeah.
That was like, oh, okay, ouch, and easy to summon. 20 points, and depravity was easy. Yeah. Because for every wound that wouldn't kill you or your opponent on a hero, you would get a depravity point. So 20 was kinda easy to do, right? Nerfed it, brought it to 30, locus of diversion, not as easy to get off, blah, 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 blah. Great stuff. Still strong. Now the locus of diversion is, in my opinion, really nice. Really, really nice. But you can't build around it. Because, okay, the locus of diversion goes... the locus of diversion and depravity. I'm getting it slightly mixed up. The locus of diversion has changed to, you cannot pile in. If it goes off, you look at a unit like, you cannot make a pile in move. So if you are clever, but that's an if already, and you know how to position your big monster, blah, 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 touch, damage, you cannot fight back. So what you're going to do now? Are you going to get out of combat? Or are you going to stay in combat? And there's a different mechanic there, which is kind of interesting, but it's not really great. You're forced into building with single model units.
What does it require?
It happens on a Core Plus for everyone, and +1 for greater demons. But all Slaanesh heroes have it.
Okay, so you have to run Slaanesh demon heroes. Because Slaanesh demon heroes are the ones that have the locus.
Yes.
Not mortal.
Yes.
And the new mortal ones are supposed to be the ones that they're selling.
That's another point of the battle, and I'm like, okay, cool. The mortals are the new units that came out. Now, let's get to the depravity, which was the other point. How the fuck do I build around depravity with this battle tone? Because now depravity is, hey, per unit on the battlefield that takes a battle shock, fails a battle shock, has... No, sorry, no.
In the battle shock phase, if it's taken wounds
and it's not
and hasn't been destroyed,
then you
or has lost
point.
models and hasn't been destroyed.
Sure, okay. So basically you're telling me that to get points, I must not win the game. Because I want to get rid of the units.
Exactly.
If there is a threat, I want to kill it. I need to kill it. I cannot just, I'm not tanky enough. I'm not Daughters of Cain. I don't have the protection.
No.
It doesn't happen. Just the not, the not piling in is not good enough as protection. So, I'm not really sure how to get around it. Yes, maybe now the points in depravity have gone down a little bit. How do I build around this? The mortals don't do that and don't do that well.
It is a good system because it seems like a good summoning system.
If the rest of the army was made to maximize
counterintuitive. Yes, it's extremely counterintuitive. The battalions, the hosts, their little hosts, have their own ways of generating extra depravity. And if you only focused on those and then treated scoring by a killing as extra, then it might be fun. But it seems, Cornpatch, that's Dylan. He's like, I love how the depravity works.
No, the depravity mechanic is great.
The depravity works well. It's good. It's a very good mechanic, except that it's counterintuitive to the game. And that's why I find it a little bit disappointing.
If you play Age of Sigmar, that's not what you want to do to play Age of Sigmar. I'm not talking about if you're playing your army on your own, at home, great, awesome. No, if you're playing with an opponent, that's not what you do to win the game. And I'm sorry, when we can play for fun, but you're playing to do your best to win the game.
Another thing, though, is if you're able to, say, take your Slaanesh army and use it like a scalpel and enable your entire army to fall back and charge, then you can hit a unit, do damage, fall back, charge another unit, do damage, and do that over the next 5 turns. Reap all the depravity. Exactly. But reap all the depravity in. And because you're Slaanesh, you can get your first one charge. It's pretty well done. Okay, so if you then take first, maybe that's even a good thing for going first, so ignoring the double turn. So getting a full 10 battle rounds of hitting and charging, and falling back in that, and then scoring all the points all the time and fusing more in. So basically feeding in more demonettes, feeding in more seekers, things like that. Then yes, I think the depravity would be worth more if the points were better in the Slaanesh. Points are too high.
Yeah, all the units are overcosted. All of it. There's stuff that you look at the equivalent of Daughters of Cain compared to what you get for Slaanesh is like, thanks, I hate it. This is absolutely not good. The units are not on the same level.
Yeah.
They're just not at the same quality. Points per wounds, points per attacks, like stuff like that. So sure, still great. Again, can we show that? Did you show the list that I?
Not yet.
Okay. This is what I would play because I think that's going to be actually interesting. Not easy to pilot, but could be rewarding.
You see, that also brings me up the point of that's how Slaanesh works, is that a unit of Demonettes isn't going to wipe an enemy unit from the table. Agree with everything, got a point increase with a new battle turn. You see, I just feel they need to be a bit of a decrease, because if I take their summoning ability versus a Daughters of Cain Rites of Battle, or the Seraphon, just their stars, and things like that, you compare it, Slaanesh should be cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
There is, for me, one big thing that Slaanesh did get in their book, and it's beautiful, but unfortunately, it doesn't help Slaanesh players, and that is Mr. Glutos. Glutos is amazing.
Yeah.
He is really good. Really good. You take him and you put him into a Tzeentch army, really good. Put him into a Slaves to Darkness army, super good, very much so.
But it should be even better in a Slanesh army. While it's like
he should be better in that. See, but now you've gone and you've shown a good old soup list here. Okay, so I like it. Explain this list to me.
Right. So the idea of this list is single models units. So each unit has one model and one model only, so that you can maximize every unit. Well, apart from the battle lines because they're not heroes. But
is that why you said God Seekers?
Good Seekers is because they can take the battle line.
There we go. Nice. I like that. I like that.
So, and they get the +1
on the charge.
Yeah. So it's easier to get in there. But that's secondary. What I want is my freaking one model. Because, okay, Archeon is insane. Sven can confirm this. Even in like a subpar
Archeon's
army,
lovely.
Archeon is fantastic. So, cool. Now I have a massive threat. And it's still good on its own. Now it's getting Slanesh abilities. So Archeon, yay, thumb up. Keeper of Secrets, they're still okay. Like, they're strong. Again, not as strong as before because they don't have the you fight last. It's the you don't pile in. So, okay. They can help each other with the fight again, right?
Yeah, they can make each other fight. But I would rather use their command ability to make Archeon.
No, of course. But I'm saying, like, they have it, they can't use it on itself, so they have to target something else. Okay. Damask is actually a really nice hero. It's fast, it has a 4+ shrug, so it's surprisingly tough.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to synergize with anything else, so it's good on its own. It gets extra attacks if it has double the movement or more the movement, like more or double, it gets to hit and to wound reroll, something like that. Point is, Musk is a good thing. It can jump around.
I just wonder why they still, on that app, haven't updated the mask picture to the new mask.
Yes, that is a really good question.
It's very weird.
I don't think Changeling is the same. Changeling is still the old.
Yeah, it's still awesome.
Weird. GW fix, please. And then we go to the battle lines, which is Seeker Chariots. Again, single model. So I'm going to hit as many models as possible with my base.
And they're also lovely. They're probably one of the models that still work out well. I can't remember if they've gone for an increase or decrease in their points. Probably an increase because it's Slanesh.
Yeah, exactly.
But still lovely models. I mean,
so the point with this is turn one, you impact with as much as you can in. Literally just boom, go. You wound as many units as possible, and on turn one, you should be able ready to summon, which you cannot on turn one, but from turn two, you can start summoning Demonites at the back. And that's what Demonites do. Demonites sit on objectives and go, cool. If anything moves around them, there's 10 bodies that do a fair amount of damage, and they have exploding sixes because Slanesh. So at that point, it's a bit more interesting.
And then also you can, because you're pushing your Feign forward, you can summon your Demonettes much further into his line.
If you
because
need
you're
to.
using the Feign as it. Yeah,
so
that works. It's a nice army. My thing, I would change one thing here. Remove one keeper and put Glutos in. Don't know his points value though. I don't know if it'll work. But yeah, I would put Glutos in there instead of one of the keepers. If you can, on the points.
Can Glutos...
I don't know.
Is he fast enough?
He is. I can't remember.
my point with this is literally speed. You get there.
Yeah.
It's not, but Archeon is the slowest boy.
Probably, yeah. He is the slowest out of all this. But that's okay, because if Glutos is just out of 6-inch range, he gives all the other guys minus.
He gives a lot of support, I get it. I'm not saying no, so it's interesting.
It's a fun army. It's a
that's
fun
how you
list.
look at Slanesh.
I think Slanesh is a nice army to consider. I think they need a lot of work. I'm interested in seeing when the next bunch of FAQs drop on them, because at the same time, they're going to start hurting the daughters, or maybe not. I honestly think that army has been balanced well.
Your teleporting dudes are going to go up in points.
That's fine. That's okay. Right now. I think daughters might actually go up in points generally across the board.
Yeah,
there are some things which probably should go up in points, and that's fine. No issue with that. If that's the case, then it just means I have to cut out one or two heroes, which I don't like. I like that. I like heroes. That's a cool. Yeah. Okay, so let's see.
These are the two main denizens of the Realm of Shadows. We have
And then we have...
Let's give a little bit of lore, just a tiny little bit.
Okay. Who do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about Malerion? Let's do Malerion. Because Malerion's the boy.
Malerion is...
I'd say Malerion.
Connected? Yes.
Who is Malerion?
Malerion is... Old War was called Malekith.
There he is. Malekith.
There he is.
There he is.
He was the Eternity King. He became the Eternity King. He was the King of the Dark Hells, son of Morathi. And Enarion? Yes.
Think so.
Actually, yes. Son of Enarion, the first Phoenix King and Morathi. He tried to become a Phoenix King, got burned, ran away like a little bitch crying to the other side of the planet, and with his mom, and started the Dark Hells, basically. Thousands and thousands of years after, turns out, hey, if you only stayed into the flames for a little bit longer, you would have become the Phoenix King. So all the Phoenix Kings so far have been imposters, blah, 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 blah. He becomes Eternity King. He is not strong enough, even with all his beefed up power from shadows, to stop the end times. That's it. Old world explodes, blah, 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 blah. He wakes up as a weird mix of him and his dragon, because he was riding his own black dragon. Fantastic model. Anyway, he wakes up and he's mixed with that, but he also doesn't have really any shape. He learns how to control it. When he sees his mom, Morathi,
he sees them
having an orgy with shadow demons.
The thing is, he's one of the few elves who wasn't eaten.
By Slanesh.
Yeah.
Correct.
Morathi was. He wasn't. Teclis Centurion?
No, they were not. Teclis explodes. Because he takes all the winds of magic
inside
him,
into him,
and he starts exploding.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't, but I assume that the warp energies, because literally Chaos Gods came on the planet, the warp energies fused him with the dragon, and that's how he woke up. But again, he doesn't really have a shape, and in the latest bits of lore here and there, what we have found out is that he has learned to control his form, so he can show himself however he wants. And usually, because, correct me if I am wrong, but Morathi is in the realm of shadow as well, and there is not really a direct worship of Malerion.
Yeah.
But he does go around and checks and keeps her in check. Like they have a truce between the two of them. Like, okay, we're kind of gonna work together just to keep chaos out.
Yes.
He is on god level now. She's as well, because she has always wanted to be a goddess.
But even then, when she sends people into his area to go and find out what her son's doing, they just lose they go insane. They don't. Yeah.
He shows up as like a really shadowy figure in a dark armor and like literally cloaked in shadows. So he probably has his own original appearance. Let's call it Shadow Queen style, like Morathi, but we don't know, and it's actually really cool. We have no official, proper, complete lore on him. Again, bits here and there. There is no battle torment coming anytime soon that we know of.
No.
There is a lot of fan fiction about it.
It'll be fun.
It would be great.
When Shadow Elves arrive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Umbraneth. See, that's what it's just cool name. The Umbraneth. Yeah. Sounds really nice. So that's Malerion. Malekith, whatever you want to call him. Malerion technically is the right name. Yeah. I think it was mentioned in the original episode.
Yeah.
The fact that every time Chaos has tried to invade, there is this beautiful mist, which is probably under his control. It just arrives, and when it lifts, all the Chaos guys are either gone or dead. So that and Azir have been the two realms that have not been able to be taken over by Chaos. Speaking of which, that's where the other side of the coin comes in. Demonets inhabit the realm of Ulgu.
Yes.
So Slanesh is very prominent in that realm. Why? Because that's where the Slanesh demons think that Slanesh's prison is, which is almost correct.
Yeah, because it's sitting on in the two areas in between the realm of lights and all that. Yeah.
So that's it.
Now we're on to his favorite, and possibly one of the coolest characters that's ever been in Warhammer ever, and it's just because he is. The auto include and everything.
Masteka core.
Basically, yes. We're gonna go on to some Be'lakor, and I think the best way to actually go into Be'lakor is to just show you what we saw. I mean, this is.
I was their first son, the Prince of Demons, Herald of Kings, cursed to crown my inferiors. My vengeance will come.
Look at that face.
I am fangirling. I did fangirl so hard when I saw that video. Yeah. Literally jumping around my lounge. It was just, oh my god.
Because it's a cool video, man.
I've been waiting 10 years for a plastic model for Be'lakor. I've been calling it in the last 2-3 years saying, it's gonna happen, it has to happen, Be'lakor is too important not to have a revamp. Boom.
Yeah.
Here it comes, and it's just so badass.
It's true. It is very cool.
It's so again, a little bit of lore on him. I'm gonna
Who is Be'lakor?
Be'lakor is the Dark Master, the first prince. He was a mortal in the old world. At some point, he managed to get the favor of all 4 Chaos Gods. So all of them juiced him up and he turned into a demon prince. They learned the mistake very, very quickly because he had so much power that it was, meh, don't care about you 4. I'm going to go on off and do things on my own. And he started having mortals worshipping him instead of the Chaos Gods. So he got so much power that he was almost rivaling them. Okay? To the extent that Sinch went, nah, fuck this, I don't like it. So tricked him, because he always wanted to become the Ever-Chosen. Somehow used his hubris to trick him into become just a shadow. So he lost his physical form. He was a shadow bound to give the crown of the Ever-Chosen to whoever was the Ever-Chosen during history. I think we have had 3 or 4 with Arceus.
Ever-Chosen.
Yeah, because the first one was Sigmar's 3.
3. There was Be'lakor in 3.
Okay, so the last one is Arceus, which dun dun dun. This is actual lore. Be'lakor made Arceus.
Yeah. And that's not
that
cool.
story, like, I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
Look at this.
Like you read the Arceus book from the old world.
The beginning,
it's
not
cool.
tamed. I'm sorry, there's going to be some...
Don't even...
he possessed a barbarian chaos worshipper to just have his way with a woman, right? Under a warp moon. And then Arceus came out. And over Arceus' history, Be'lakor revived him 3 times because he was such a dumbass and he died 3 times.
When you fall into a pit covered in Skaven, you're gonna die. Anyone's gonna die. I mean, it wasn't that he was a dumbass. It was that the fates conspired against him.
Whatever. He was a dumbass. I don't like Arceus. Joking. Point is, Be'lakor made Arceus because he wanted to literally grow him and then possess him to become the Ever-Chosen. Turns out, didn't work. So, no. But he still remained powerful. During the end times, he got hold Manfred. Manfred is one of the undead vampire dudes. Told him about what was the plan of the good guys to make a new plane of existence. So, Be'lakor went, yo guys, let's go. So he went there with other demon princes and just had lunch. They devoured a whole plane of existence just for them and got beefed up. Still got trapped anyway. First placed into a tree and then into a gem that was in theory indestructible. No, it wasn't. Didn't survive the end times. Then we just didn't know what happened. Yeah, Be'lakor went rogue for a long time. We didn't know. And then the first time that he properly reappeared was during Wrath of the Ever-Chosen.
Yeah.
Where he leads a legion of demons. And that's why we got rules for the Legion of Chaos Ascendant, where you can run all your demons, no matter what allegiance, together under him. So there is Bone Reapers and Nighthunts assaulting the 8 points, which is the Chaos Fortress, basically. And then on one side, Arkin arrives with Varangard, and I literally imagine the Ride of the Valkyries. Right?
Yes.
And on the other side, Belacor appears with a Legion of Demons, and they clash and they push back the undeads. Now, more recently, during Broken Realms, we know that there is a book coming called Belacor. So that's why he got that. Then he got the new book. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of stuff that is going to be revealed in which he was the master, moving things. You told me in the Battle Tome of Daughters.
Oh yes,
he's not mentioned directly, but you can understand it's him.
Yeah,
it got confirmed. We got a short story in which he's hiring Skaven assassins. It's actually really good on how the winner gets to win the position of like, oh, you're hired, because he was like, got you guys all sniff this, and like you're gonna burst into now, and they explode. So like, okay, you're good. We don't know exactly. There's a theory, and actually I'm gonna now reference a friend. He's from Italy. He runs a page similar to us. He's more focused on the lore. It's called L'Astropate. Maybe I'm gonna actually share the name. He reads pretty much every bit of lore that comes out, every book, everything. And what he came up with reading is that Belacor wants to kill the Forge Masters in Azir that work for Sigmar that make the Storm costumes. So he probably won't be able to kill all of them because that will literally stop Sigmar.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take a good bet that it's gonna be a good couple, maybe 2 or 3, and cripple the process. So that's what Belacor is up to now. He has let the one Stormcast run away after the betrayal of Moratti, so that Sigmar knows about it. There's a bunch of stuff that are happening, and he's there. And my take is he's gonna come back, and he's gonna have all the demons with him, and we're gonna get rules properly, because I think Wrath of the Chosen was the trial, the test run. We're gonna get proper rules, and it's gonna be, oh my god, fantastic. So I'm gonna stop talking because I'm so excited.
Well, yeah, that's Belacor for you.
This picture that you guys are seeing now, that was during the end of
Godric and Felix.
Yeah. So Felix is now a Stormcast. We don't know exactly where, but he's a Stormcast. Godric is trying to find him, and they bump into Belacor, and Godric's died. Didn't die. Not properly, but got his ass kicked. Finally.
It's funny because everyone else is all like, every time Godric appears, Belacor runs away.
Well, now in game, yes, because Godric is stupid. But the new model, we don't know. It might be different.
Well, we saw some of the 40k rules, and those rules are going to be interesting.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of nice. It's funny, though, because a lot of them are reminiscent of Sigmar rules. And I think if it's going to be similar things in Sigmar, he's going to be fun as well. Definitely, probably still an auto-include, probably still have his crazy things.
I think that's going to be changed. Sven experienced firsthand what it can do.
That's
a bit oof. It's negative player experience. So, like, you don't get to use this unit. That's going to be taken away. So, he's going to be more of like a beat stick, probably, and a scary model, absolutely. I hope that he gets a similar rhythm to Moratti. Yes, maybe not the same exactly, but something on the same lines. That would be good. I am curious to see and to find out. There is a video that got shown where he traps the Stormcast.
Oh yes, stops him from getting into.
So Stormcast, when they die, the soul goes back to Azir. It wasn't the prophecy that was given to the shaman goblin dude. The sky will eat the storm, and we see the Stormcast dying, and their soul are trapped in a black cloud. And I was
that's gonna be fun.
Yes. How are you doing this? I want to know it, and that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Right. I'm done for real this time.
Well, he's had a lot of fun geeking out. And that's the best part about the game, really, isn't it? Just watching people act like stupid people.
Every day.
Anyways. So, next week we'll be back again. Next week, Wednesday, we'll have the 3 of us together. It will be the last of what we've called the Season 2. We've got a few plans, and there's going to be a few changes as to how the podcast is going to be going for the next while. And we're pretty excited, actually, because it means we're going to get some good content, some good things going. We've got a lot of plans, but all of that will be revealed next week.
It's about giving you guys more and better diversified content in a slightly more interesting way.
Yeah, that's it. We just want to say again, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Thank you for always being with us and standing by and just basically putting up with the crap that we sometimes have to do in just getting this thing running.
The curse of the Shadow Realm has been lifted. We got through the episode.
We made it through. Bloody hell. And just thanks again for joining us, guys. Hope you all have a lovely weekend. Go to any of the events that you can. I advise go to one. I'd say go to both, but let's keep the COVID. Let's keep under that. And that's really it. Otherwise, thanks very much, guys. Thank you for being with us, and have a lovely evening. Cheers.